player.
Come on.
You can ask me what you want to ask me, fam. I just feel more comfortable being
Alright, I
asked.
just want to know. I want to know how the fucking Def Jam Fight for New York shit came about, cause that's where I know you from. I heard the comp song, and that's how I know who you are.
Damn. Young, real young. I remember they was telling me it was doing the just signing. I remember that they was having coming through the pipeline was the PlayStation 2.
Mm-hmm.
And they were making a game for the PlayStation 2, and they wanted to release it kind of with it, and it had something hot. So why not get the newest, the youngest artist, newest Def Jam member, you know what I mean?
Was
set
it
off
a
the
deal
game.
for you to get onto that?
Huh? Was it? What you mean?
Like, was it all right, we gonna sign you? You signed the Def Jams, but we want you to make this
No. It wasn't. No,
for the video game.
No, that was just happening, and just happened. It was timing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I hate to sound so fucking cliche, but it just happened to be happening around that time.
Okay.
I did my deal, and I was doing what I was doing regardless. It just so happened that was coming up.
Okay.
And why not have the youngest dude? You know what I mean? So, open to submit tracks or have shit on there or actually be on there. So, I just was definitely just trying to be a part. And they actually had me come do it. I was excited. I went and fucking got my motherfucking hair done, like, you know what I'm saying? I went and got my hair braided and got outfit and all that. Got in the car, ride 4 hours to New York. I think we went to like, what's the Hitman? Is it the Hitman studio? The main studio, it was in Manhattan, but it was
Hit Factory.
What you said?
Okay.
Hit Factory, I believe. I want to be sure. Yeah, but we was doing EA Sports and all of that shit was there, and so just like right now, I'm outside smoking, getting ready. I'm just happy as shit to be there. All my clothes in the van. I ain't even want to wear my shit there because I just had it all pressed out, ready to go. So I'm outside smoking. Got my little ride up clothes on. So I'm out there smoking. I get to smoking with this guy talking to me, white guy. But I'm just excited, young nigga, you know what I'm saying? So I'm outside trying to calm down, smoking, and I'm smoking, talking to the white guy out there. And he talking to me about the game, but he really digging my energy. So he started asking me questions, just like you asked me questions, and he was just, like, man, like, well, if you did, using the game, how would you finish your movie? You know what I mean? This, that, and the third. So I was letting him know, I want to do something with my hand because I'm trying to really, get it out there and market it. You know what I mean? Because they don't seem like, the label knows exactly, So I want to try to have like a sick, crazy move dealing with my hand. Almost like Mankind, Sacco.
Right.
That shit. So just talking. Then I goes up in there to see if I, I goes up in the studio, finish smoking. And then the EA Sports guy was like, because I walked in with the white guy I was smoking with. So he was like, oh, I see you've met such and such from, EA Sports. He's the one that's actually going to make he's the one that puts your characteristics, like who, as you are, like in the game. So he decides how you are on the actual game. And I didn't know that was shocking. So I wanted to just, I was there thinking, I don't know what to expect, but I'm just there, I'm ready. And we get to doing shit, they get to taking pictures of me and shit and all of that. And then I go in the studio and do the voiceovers and shit for the game. But I'm still like waiting, I'm waiting for the, all right, we go, you know what I mean? And man, the whole time it was so crazy, like that shit was it. I ain't get to motherfucking take my hat off. None of that shit. I'm in that bitch like, yo, the whole time,
Yeah, because in the game, you do
I'm in the
have
game with my motherfucking in the car outfit, yo. That shit, I was so, like, yo, imagine playing that shit and just remembering, yo, I was gonna be icy as fuck on that game, yo. With the zigzag and I ain't even take my ponytail out, yo. Nigga just had the long ponytail under the do-rag with the Opie on. So, and it's like so crazy, niggas only really recognize me in the winter when I got a fucking Opie on, when I hat for real. And that shit crazy. That shit was so, like, it's so, like, it's a big thing. Never forget, you know, of course, nigga happy, very humbled and all that. But just like, God damn, yo, nigga had a shot, nigga ain't even had an outfit on, yo. Like, what the fuck, yo? Like, damn, it's like, man, that shit was just so.
All right, so
it's disheartening, yo.
Right.
Fuck.
You were saying that you was young when that happened, so you was still in school while you signed to Def Jam.
Yeah.
I was still in
like
school while you on a video.
Yeah, I was still like, I was going like, cause they was like, I was paired with a lot of different artists like LL Cool J. I did radio with Yo in DC for like when he was promoting for Headsprung, Timberland record. And you know, my mother big LL, who not a big LL fan.
Right.
But yeah, so yeah. I was doing a lot of stuff. That shit, I was happy as fuck to do that. And what you say?
I'm saying what was the experience like with you being signed to Def Jam, but you still young, like you still in school?
Oh, I mean, that was fun. Going to video shoots and missing first and second period. Coming from DC, I hate my video shoot camera and coming straight to school, smelling like all that purple haze and liquor you didn't drink.
Right.
Going to school and shit. That shit was fun. I mean, it was fun as fuck. I ain't gonna lie.
Like local celebrity status, it went up, right? For sure. I'm
yeah,
sure.
Of course. Like, it was big because, you know what I'm saying, I was cool before the internet. So I was really one of them, like, I was actually one of them niggas, like, that, like, 100 no's for 10 yeses and shit. Like, niggas remember me battling Sandtown boys, the hood fellas at Subway and shit like that. Like, yeah, I come from that real era of promotion and just being on the ground with it. And when I was a rapper in my city, it wasn't cool, like, because it just was so far-fetched. And so it sounded like being a big movie stuff, like, you know, like people used to laugh at you when you say I want to be a rapper or X, Y, and Z. So by it happening kind of young, it was crazy. But, you know, by you being in it and doing it, you know, you can see a lot of shit, but you just be wanting shit to happen so much because you be trying to get to that next stage of the setup of things. Like, I did a lot of shit, like, you know, before I signed and getting signed and having little things go, but it was like, all right, well, when I'm gonna get my rollout? Like, I wanted my rollout. Like, shit was good for singles here, there, niggas would buy shit here, there, I'm writing shit for people and doing everything. And it's like, my song's good enough to steal, but why it's not just good enough to put behind me to put it out myself? So it was just like, you know, going through a lot of shit what people don't realize about the music business, especially when you it's so fun to you doing it. Like, you get stuck in that loop of creating music, but when you get in the music business, it's a difference. And it is way different. So it's different when, you know what I'm saying, you talking to your accountant, he talking about some funds and shit, and you around motherfuckers, but you gotta go in the studio and rap. But it's like, god damn, like can you still rap after you know your man mischarge you a few thousand? You know what I mean? Can you go in that booth and still do that song and shit like that? Like, and still be, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of shit that come with it. So it's like going through things and wanting things to actually happen. You be happy for shit that pulled through, but it be like you be wanting to be so prepared because it's a one-shot thing a lot of times. So you wanting to be prepared and give it your best foot first, you know what I'm saying? That's why I was so mad I ain't get to put my fucking swag on to be in the video so I can, you know what I mean?
Alright, so you said back in the day niggas used to laugh if you said that you wanted to be a rapper. Now, a good question is them same
like when
people...
Pork Chop was a rapper? Like, that shit was not...
I remember when Pork Chop was a rapper. So them same niggas that was laughing at shit like that, how did they feel when you got on the song with Ghostface and Jada and you didn't get bodied on the verse neither?
I mean, you know, I think I just said it on the record, like just now. I be basking in the love through the jealousy. You know what I mean? That shit kind of hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing the niggas.
I need you to unpack that. What the fuck does that mean?
Like I be basking in the love through the jealousy. Like when niggas be hating that strongly on you, yo, and when you like when people start hating you just because
you
it's
got
a
something
different.
going
Like
on?
yeah, it's a difference. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you see that shit, but honestly, you don't want to really be shitting on people after you make it, yo. Like you don't really want to come through, yo. Like you don't want to double park that phone on that city block and go hit your grandmother with a knot for real. Just to see them same niggas that you know what I'm saying, they gonna smile and speak with. Boy, you a pack of bitches before you get out the block. You know what I'm saying? And niggas doing all types of stupid shit just for your attention, and you know what I'm saying? It's like it's not worth it. You know what I mean? But, I can't answer how they felt about shit, but I know how it makes me feel. And like you know, you go so hard thinking you want to do this shit just to shit on niggas, just to realize like, how can I shit on niggas and my grandmother still live in the hood? That's not shitting on nobody. They got to drop on my whole grandmother. That's not cool. So it's just like, you know, your mind changes when you start getting real money, and I started getting real money at a young age, so it's different. I went from buying, like, yo, I got deal money and bought me and my homies scooters. And I got hit by Benz, and ever since then, I've been in one.
Jeez.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yo, that's where my mind was at being young. You know what I mean? But it's just like, damn. What the fuck?
You was still in school when you did that song too?
Yeah, I was in school for the most part. Well, that shit only happened. I was 14, yo. I was 14, you know? Like, so yeah, I was a sound engineer in Stix Dollaz. Like, nigga, I was the prom king. Like, no bullshit. Like, I was doing all this in school. I helped build the studio in my school over the summer. And like I was in sound engineering, like I always was going.
What school was this?
Stix Dollaz High, across street from Mount Diamond. Shout out to Lynn Patterson. You know what I'm saying? But I always was going out to do music. Like I'm gonna do music regardless, if you know, in front of the mic or behind the mic. But that's just my thing. I always came up producing my own shit and stuff like that. So I just happened to make it for rapping. You know what I mean? And that was good because it's just like I know what I put into it. And that, you know what I'm saying, I just had, so it's like people don't even really respect production side because they don't know me for that.
Right.
But yeah, like.
So out of the three verses, who you think had the best one? And you can say yourself if you want. But
Well, I mean, I really like Jadakiss verse. As I got older, I really like Ghostface verse. You gotta understand, by me doing that shit so young, I was rapping to impress them type niggas anyway. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, like, just to be on there and be accepted was one thing. You know what I'm like? This was everything. Like for the verse to be cleared, and then what a lot of people don't know is like, yo, I had to actually, Kevin Lyles told me to rewrite my verse for that. So I actually
so the one that we heard, that's not.
There's a rewrote. Yeah, I actually had a verse to something else, and I put it on there. And Kevin Lyles, we was all ready to go, and Kevin Lyles had called me, and he was like, "Man, that shit fire, but yo, I need you to really go in and, you know what I'm saying?" So I never forget. I really sat and rewrote the joint, and I went above ground, Conklin, 32, Conklin and Golf, at Above Ground Studios. My man Nate Middleman. I bought the fucking RZA Pro Tools in. You know what I'm saying? That was big as shit. This nigga RZA had this shit named on the track and all that shit. Like, nigga, I ain't even see no fucking Pro Tools files like this, nigga. So it was like, that shit was cool. And I did that verse over, and it was like, that's the one. So, yeah.
So, I know that they were satisfied with the verse because they kept it on there. Did you?
Kiss was fucking with me the whole time while we was at the shit. Like, kept
right, that's what I was about to ask. Did
like,
you do it in there with them?
Nigga. No, I didn't record this shit with them. Hell no, the song was done. Cause I think like Ghostface Artist was on the song originally. So it's like a lot of niggas was really wasn't fucking with me too heavy because it was like took your off, put your on and shit, but it wasn't. It's all love.
Right.
It's just business, you know what I'm saying? I was young, I just was excited. I didn't understand a lot what was going on at the time because I was just so excited. Fucking, I'm recording with two favorite rappers. Like, I just had my grandmother go buy Ice Cream, the cassette single from Metro 2, like not even a year ago, and I'm recording a song with y'all.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it was big shit for me. Like, yo, I told you, like I grew up being told, stop banging on that fucking table till I bang on that table, got nigga $500,000. So
damn. Well,
you know,
I don't even know what to ask you after that.
I'm just saying, like, you know, like shit be different. Like, it's just because you know what I. You know, you just gotta apply it like this. Your life was about how you
what
react
time
to
span
shit.
was that? You said that was in a year. You went from doing that to doing that in a
Yeah,
year?
like I went from fucking. Yeah, like yo, asked my grandmother to buy. Like she actually went to buy a single for me. You know, a single cassette. So I wanted that song Ice Cream. Raekwon, Ghosts, and Capadonna, Method Man, that shit. Because I wanted the instrumental. And, you know, I couldn't buy it. I was too young. So my grandmother went over there and asked for it. And she never forget that they laughed at her. Because she was like, yeah, my grandmother old as fuck. You know what I'm saying? She like, you know, I can imagine how it went. Like, what the fuck you want with ice cream? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what this nigga saying in the record? Like, you know what I'm saying? So she was mad at me. She got it for me, but she was mad that they laughed at her and shit. And it was like, Grandma, you gotta understand, I just did a song with yo. So it was crazy that she saw him on, like when Ghostface came to Baltimore, yo did WJZ 13. I met him down at the motherfucking what's that shit down the hall? But yo, used to be Hollywood playing. You know what I'm talking about? That bitch used to be something back in the day. You used to have fun in that bitch. You know what I'm talking about? Hollywood Cafe. It used to be the ESPN Zone. Remember it used to be ESPN Zone? Yeah. I met
downtown.
Ghostface, at the Harbor, ESPN Zone. And he bought me the fucking copy of the Run joint. After he did the news, he bought me the copy of it. Like, so he had a gift for me. So he said, meet me down there. So it was what's up. He said he had a gift for me. And I had a gift for him and his homeboys and shit because he was fucking with me. He was hating on me at the goddamn video shoot. So I bought all them motherfuckers Baltimore t-shirts and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I bought them all them niggas the shirt that I wore in the game, the Vendetta game.
With the comp on the front.
Yeah, no, well, it originally had Baltimore on the front and it had 410 in the back with all of the blocks, but we had to change it around legally because of the type of lettering. It was soprano style lettering, and we couldn't use it for that. But I was putting Baltimore clothing, like I was trying to break history in Baltimore clothing carefully. So even young, I knew exactly what I wanted to be wearing while I was doing what. So like I signed my deal in a Cashland. Now I broke history in a fucking Cashland reflective Target shirt. He don't even sell that shit no more. Like the Cashland clothes and shit I got they don't even no more. But I was like trying to really carefully put the city on, like as if it was like, you know what I mean? Like I made it like you gotta keep in mind, I'm really living a dream. I conjured all this shit up in my grandmother's house, y'all. And I'm really doing it. Like, so even with the ups and downs, I'm very humbled and I accept everything, you know what I mean? Because I'm literally living my dream.
You say that, but you kind of downplayed the Def Jam.
Well, no, I can't never downplay Def Jam. It taught me so much. Like, at the end of the day, like, the learning shit, the knowledge I got from them, they can never give me back.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can never, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like your tone, it sound like, yeah, they taught me this, but.
No, there's no but. I probably, but don't let me come off like that. I'm hot. Right. You know, I'm hot. You know what I mean? But, there's no but nothing. I'm still cool with all of my contacts. I was just recently with Kevin Lyles and Tony Austin. At, like, the Baby and Megan show down here and all. Like, like, everything is, like, my phone calls still get answered. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Like,
that's cool.
So everything is love. Ain't no.
So what does Comp got going on currently, and what we looking for in the future?
Man, I'm actually in the midst of dropping like a best of comp,
a comp compilation.
Well, not a video compilation.
Okay.
So I'm really just going more visual with everything, with trying to rebrand things. You know what I mean? Then I've been doing a lot of liaison work. So really, I've been behind the scenes and focusing on how to actually help artists collect their money and do things independently and move like a label to, sustain and actually earn a living in it. Because you don't actually have to be like the number one artist to make a living within the music.
That sound like Bangarang management.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's that other stuff. You know what I mean? It's just about being, prepared. I actually like. Before getting into this, I knew this was the only business with no hours. You know what I'm saying? It's the only business with no hours. And then on top of that, like, you just gonna get what you put out. So even when they don't love you, like I still got love for the game when they don't love me. Like reals talk. You know what I mean? So, cause I know I love what I do. And like it's therapy just for me to do it, to continue to do it. Like the music business is one thing, but the craft and doing it is like therapy for me so I can focus on the music business. Because that's a different monster in itself. Like that will actually deteriorate you. That'll deter you from doing music a lot of times once you start doing the music business. So I really like commend, you know what I mean, big homie Hove and shit. He was there a lot in my whole career. Either on the phone with me, I definitely remember speaking to him twice and meeting him and having a great conversation with me and L.A. Reid in the hallway of Def Jam. I was stalking that nigga and shit.
That's when he was president?
Yeah. When he became president, yeah. I was stalking yo and shit, because everybody was trying to meet him in the office, but I was like, man, this nigga gonna have to piss or something. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I played the hall, because I knew niggas, you know what I mean? So, and when he was doing that shit, it was like, I mean, you know, I case a nigga, you know, I remember from Hawaii, like, I'm laying on this nigga, like, beard spread, like, bro, this was when, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was staying with my manager in Brooklyn, this crazy, her apartment was right next to Biggie and shit. Whoa, what's happening, Mr. And, we had, was taking the train down to Manhattan, you know, for Universal and shit. And I never forget this nigga Hov would pull up, but he'd leave the car running, but I ain't know, like, this car was so, I ain't never know what a Maybach, like, this was before, like, I've never heard him even say it, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, yo was in it.
Okay, so give us the year this was so we can paint the picture
bro,
for
like, you gotta keep in mind.
at least an estimate.
How you doing, man? Feeling good.
What's going on, brother?
And, it's hard to kind of give you the year, because I can give you the year. I can try to go a landmine.
That go.
Let's say before the song with Hov, Kanye, and Rihanna.
Run This Town.
Feel it coming.
Run This Town.
Yeah, Run This Town. Yeah. So I guess.
Maybe.
But you can't quote. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, but it will be around that time.
Yeah, maybe 2010, 2011.
Yeah, so. Yeah, but yeah, you'll pull up and go in there, and that bitch would be running all day. Like, he'll leave it running. Like, the driver be in there, and it's just running. And I never forget that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, because I got off the train and walking up. I'm like, oh shit, that nigga go right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh. And the car just was running. I sat outside, smoked a cigarette with Foxy Brown and Corrupt. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah. I never forget that too. Smoked a cigarette.
How was that?
Yeah, it was weird. Like it was weird. You know what I'm saying? It was a one-time thing. It was crazy. I just remembered it talking to you. But yeah. So yeah, there was that day I was up there and I saw everybody in the line and shit. You know, trying to get a meeting with yo. And I was just hanging out in the halls and shit, and he was coming down, and L.A. Reid was coming down, and he was like, yo, L.A. Reid was trying to introduce me to Hov, and Hov was like, I know Jordan. You know, he was like, yeah, I know him. So it was just like, damn. So yeah, it was like good shit. I ain't got nothing to downplay about nothing, though.
Do you feel like the game don't love you?
Oh, no, I mean, the game changes, I actually feel like it just takes more knowledge to do. It takes a lot more to do shit that was so simple. You know what I mean? Because shit, like I said, I was real promotional at the time, like outside, passing flyers out to people, like, you know, all of that shit. Like, you can't do none of that shit now. Like, this is all streams and shit now. So, it's hard. Like, you gotta make people feel you through the internet. But it's like, how can you really feel motherfuckers when you feel eye level to them?
True.
Like, how could you feel, like honestly, like, what would be the mystique of fucking Michael Jackson if he had an IG? Like, could you really, like, honestly, like, could you
That's
really,
a good.
like, could you really, like, would he be that if you could fucking tweet him?
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. It devalues.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
Yeah,
like, think about it, bro. Like, you ain't.
It's like soon as you buy a car, the value go down.
Yeah, but it's just like, like back in the day, I come from the era of when it was still a mystique about, like, the last people like that had that shit was like DMX. I'm trying to tell you, like, right before that internet hit, yo, that shit was like, that's what it was, a clear difference, like star and fan. You know what I mean? You respected the music more. You respected going in the store and Sam Goody putting headphones. Like, bro, I actually drove all the way to New Orleans to drop my independent album in the biggest fucking store down there in that market, because that's what Cash Money and No Limit did in
What store was that down there?
I forget the lady name, but it's the big store down there, and I actually got the package where my joint is in there on the wall, and you can come listen to it and shit like that. Like, I'm from that era, yo. Like, going and meeting these people, and then they deciding to let your fucking music go in these stores and shit like that. They had to unveil you and feel where you was coming from. Talk about yourself, you know. Really present yourself with something. Like, you a real young dude. All right, so you young. What's so special about you? You know what I mean? And being able to show and prove and do things. You know
So
what I mean?
being that it's changed, that you come from this era of where you can go into a record store and put the headphones on, but now it's changed to all streams. Do you think that helps you more, or is it harder for you?
Well, no, the thing is, you just gotta find a way to actually have the personal experience feel more personal just with inside of the way things are going now. So, like, I would get on there and promote something like a private event where people could actually meet you,
Right.
opposed to just getting on the, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. Like, you have to, like, I feel like it opens up ways to market differently, and that can be more profitable. You know what I mean? So, what I learned about this shit in business, like, you always want to take what's the negatives and try to turn it into positives for you. So everything that looked like it's like a dead end, I try to actually use that dead end as the cross in my teeth. You know what I mean? To make it an addition for me. But I use people now, like, everything about you, good or bad, I would use it for you. Like, if we were to do business, I would use it in your favor. So it would help the whole thing grow. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do a bunch of elaborate shit with an unkempt motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, if I know certain shit a certain way, I do business with you and decorate that world for you, so you can just act out naturally and then be what it's gonna be, and it's always gonna grow. You know what I mean? So it's just, you know, just finding ways to get in it. So it's just more interesting these days. The only problem I be having, a lot of niggas be thinking I be so fucking old. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but that's about it though. But you know what I mean? It's just moving, man. You know what I mean? Gotta keep the shit moving and keep being positive about it. Like, you still got the love for it. I still got the love for it.
So I see, I've been seeing on social media that you've been doing a lot of work with Kojo and the good people at Gold Room Studios. What's that relationship? How did that come about?
Well, I've been to Kojo. Well, I met Kojo through my artist Dirt Road. You know what I'm saying? From Annapolis.
Mm-hmm.
And, I actually, you know, and that's actually the road folks. And I met him through that, and you know, we just clicked. We was cool. You know what I'm saying? He actually came down Baltimore his first time coming down and shit, and fucking with me. You know what I mean? We shot a video like in my grandmother's yard. I think I just did like right before that. I just did like 2 million streams on YouTube in my yard and shit. And it was on a whole nother nigga channel and page. I ain't nothing from that shit.
Damn.
But I ain't see the importance. I didn't know. Like I was still learning. You know what I mean? And I was so focused on the making of the music, I ain't really pay attention to a lot of shit that could, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Kojo, you know, we've been fucking around. Cause, you know, Dirt Road, that's my guy. Yeah, Dirt Road shoot a lot of videos, so naturally me and Cole been doing a lot of shit. I had shit, nigga, me and you, Dirt Road, Dirt Road, Kojo, my man, damn, yo, K-Nels, yeah, shout out to K-Nels. We actually dropped this nigga Kojo off to be in the what we call the video with Test Me and Future. Drove that nigga to LA.
Oh, I know what you were talking about.
So that's like my guy personally, like, you know. But as far as Gold Room, like actually, I've been brought it with the Gold Room for a long time before the studio. My folks over at Above Ground, and by me doing a lot of shit with Dirt Road and doing shows with Kojo, like my OG, then in some weird way was knew the owner of Gold Room, or we would like. I was looking at old pictures and we was partying together. And it was so crazy, I'd have never known it. Like, damn, you know what I mean? But Gold Room, I always kind of had a relationship with the older. And, yeah. Shout out Mr. Cuddy. Yeah, shout out to Cuddy. And I think I did a feature for Dirt Road. The first time me actually being in Gold Room Studios was doing a feature with Dirt Road Backpack, I believe. And then, yeah. And then I've been like managing the artist that I actually manage, Kalada. This is actually her workplace. So she actually is from Gold Room, officially, like she's the Gold Room. You know what I mean? She works with Mighty Single Studios by Mighty Mark and TT the Artist feature, you know what I mean? Color Queen Records. All of that stuff is all out of Gold. You know what I mean? Like a lot of they work a lot. Yeah, you know what I mean? So a lot of great things come from here. A lot of great people work here. Like when my studio went and shut down from the pandemic, my boy, damn near all of the customers over here. You know what I mean? So
that's cool.
Because honestly, the people that you wouldn't see at at Above Ground would be here and vice versa. But Kalada would always be over at Gold Room recording, and I would always be doing something over here because Cuddy cut my hair. So it's just like, you know, Gold Room Studios, music and media studios, place of business with a lot going on. You know what I mean? That'll help young artists take it to that next level and be a boss. So we actually trying to put power back to the artists and turning them into the moguls and the executives. You know what I mean? Because these days you have to take a big hold on your career yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, so it's like I can't say I'm full manager. I'm helping my artist manage herself. You know what I mean? So we all like helping each other. Like I'm a man of many hats, so I know when she could even act as my manager in certain situations.
That's true.
You know what I mean? But it's all about knowing that, man. When to play your part, you know what I'm saying? When to lead and when to follow.
All right, I appreciate your time, brother. Last thing I do want to say is these fucking accessories that you got on.
Oh yeah, yo, I be making my own little shit, man.
Shit is
I got
different,
a little line
man.
coming out called Lucifer's God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right, fam.
We see you. We're looking out on the track too.
Man, anytime, my G. So yeah, yo, we looking out for that. It's not you just see my little tycoon box 10 all Texas 6 shit. You know what I mean?
I appreciate you, man.
Much
Thank
love,
you.
Stix, man.
Got change for $100.